Okay, my last video showed you the Daniel Ricciardo situation, which he himself described as being pretty fucked up. I'm now going to show you the Lando Norris situation, which is even more fucked up. Now remember, Norris was the first of the 8 lapped cars. These are those rules that apply to those lapped cars. So, 48.12. If the clerk of the course considers it safe to do so, and the message lapped cars may overtake has been sent to all competitors, then any cars that have been lapped by the leader will be required to pass the cars on the lead lap and the safety car. Okay, tells you who qualifies for that. Having overtaken the cars on the lead lap and the safety car, these cars should then proceed around the track at an appropriate speed without overtaking and make every effort to take up position at the back of the line of cars behind the safety car. It tells you about whilst they're overtaking, the other cars shouldn't be weaving, okay? And then it says, once the last lapped car has passed the leader, the safety car will return to the pits at the end of the following lap. Then and only then are they allowed to overtake. Okay? Then and only then. Once this procedure has been carried through, then and only then is overtaking permitted. So, we cut to tracker view in Abu Dhabi. This is on lap 57. Now I'm going to show you what this looks like from Lando Norris's perspective. You've got Hamilton approaching turn 6 and Norris behind him is the orange dot directly behind Hamilton's bluey-green dot that's at the front of the field behind the safety car. So this is what it looks like from Norris's camera. I'm going to have to play this in a different video due to the copyright issues. I tried uploading this, it's causing a problem. So I'm going to try and put this out in a different video to show you Lando's onboard camera. So I'm going to fast forward past this part of the video and you'll resume, and hopefully I can show you what I was intending to show you in a different video. What the video would have shown is, at the moment, the safety car has got a red light on it and it's just about to turn green just before this corner. As they go through, Lando Norris realises it's turned green and then he gets a message from his race engineer to tell him yes, he's allowed to overtake. I'll try and leave a few stills in there just to show you, but I can't play the footage at the moment. So you can see it's gone green on the safety car now. It's at this point that Lando himself is saying to his engineer, it's gone green on the safety car. And that's Lando pulling out and overtaking the safety car. So I will resume the video any second now with what I originally did. And there he goes. So I'm going to play this through. Remember, we're on lap 57. I'm going to talk you through what needs to happen in accordance with the rules. Ignore what you know took place. You're going to have it explained as to what is legal to happen in accordance with the rules of the sport. So, we know from what I've just showed you, the order has now been given by the race director to the safety car to pass that message to the drivers, to make it clear to those drivers that have been lapped that they're now permitted to overtake the safety car. That happens now. We're on lap 57. Okay, so that message has got through. Lando Norris, around about this point in time, is realising that that green light has appeared on the safety car. So he now has made the move to overtake Lewis Hamilton and the safety car. And those cars behind Norris also see the same, get the same message, and they pass too. They pass Hamilton, they pass the safety car. Now what you should be seeing right now is that Daniel Ricciardo, Lance Stroll and Mick Schumacher should have got that message. Now as they go around a bend, they're not going to overtake, but now as they come onto a straight a bit, you should be seeing Lance Stroll make it past that stream of cars in front of him. Well, firstly it should be Daniel Ricciardo, but then Lance Stroll. Okay, and then you should get Mick Schumacher going through. So as you're going through the complex between 12, 13, 14, maybe they tuck in and don't overtake. but then Mick Schumacher should have made it past between about turns 14, 15 and 16, and then will have crossed the start-finish line ahead of that safety car prior to that. These cars that you see that are now approaching turn 16, prior to them commencing lap 58, which means the safety car is still on track. And these cars that you now see moving with Hamilton at the lead, they're still following the safety car. But what you should see is where you see 5 cars going towards turn 6, there should be 8 cars going towards turn 6. Okay? And this is the lap that Hamilton's set of cars should be going a lot slower. Okay, a lot slower, because they should be going at safety car speed. There should be 8 cars going down towards turn 9 now. Okay, and this is that lap that they are given with which to catch the safety car. There is no overtaking on this lap. They are just trying to catch the back of the pack. And as I say, they are going quite well. They are going significantly faster than they should be. If they were lapping behind the safety car, they'd be going a lot slower. So this is that mandatory safety car lap that they should be doing. The safety car should be leading this bunch round in front of Hamilton, and at the end of this lap is allowed to come into the pits. But that is the end of the 58th lap, which means that's the end of the race. Hamilton takes the checkered flag. There is no overtaking. That's the rules of the sport. That's the way it works. What we would typically see is, and this is skewed because these cars here that are Verstappen's now leading them, they've gone faster than they would if they were travelling behind the safety car. They'd probably be closer to turn 6. But just that one lap has only left this bunch of 5 release cars here. And in times where these release cars haven't caught the back of the pack in that one lap, Massey has kept the cars on track, the safety car on track for a further lap to enable these release cars to catch the back of the pack. And he did that in Spain 2019. He did that in Brazil 2019. He did it at Sakhir 2020 and Eiffel 2020. That's what Massey has done. Categorically, he has done that. Now, as such, we know that these people, Hamilton and Hamilton's group, which is now being led by Verstappen, they should not be overtaking now. They should be following a safety car. But that safety car has been withdrawn, which it shouldn't have been. So what these drivers are now experiencing is potentially they should be allowed to overtake this lap, but it's all illegal. It's all illegal because none of this should have happened. So it just doesn't make any sense whatsoever. I'll play you through Lando Norris's audio from his race engineer. He's not making sense of it. And if you look at these gaps between these competitors as they cross the line, whereas when we went back at the start of lap 58, this bunch of competitors were crossing the line nose to tail, these 5, they're not crossing the line nose to tail. There's gaps of at least a second between each competitor. So it's not as though they are resuming their race in the same conditions that these resume their race. There's not just half a second between each competitor so they can all potentially get the jump on each other when they're permitted to overtake. It's only now, not in accordance with the rules, but in the same way that these were set off to go and race on that last lap, it's only now that these can begin to overtake, and yet there is already gaps emerged between them. So they've not got the same ability to challenge one another in the same way that these did. So that in itself is skewed. So it's all ridiculous. None of it makes sense because it's not right. But I'm now going to play you through the audio for Lando Norris. and just demonstrate to you what was going on there. So from the same point where I showed you is behind the safety car light will go green. Norris will realise that, and then I'm going to play. It's going to be quite long, and there's going to be some periods of silence. You'll just hear the engine tone, but I'll stop it at the points of significant note where the message is between Lando and his race engineer. Going to have to switch off this screen though, so that they don't block the video. Here we go.
And Lando, if possible, big lift into turn 9.
Screen on the safety car.
Yeah, they want you to overtake the safety car. They want you to overtake the safety car.
Okay, so that's where Lando realises it's gone green and then gets the confirmation from his race engineer that he can overtake, and that's him overtaking.
Right, let's go. Recharge off. ACS button. So this safety car is ending. The safety car is in this lap.
Okay, straight away, his race engineer is quite calmly saying that safety car is ending, safety car in this lap. Well, that's not normal. That's not in accordance with the rules of the sport. If I was Lando Norris's race engineer, I'd be saying, what the hell is going on here? You've only just been released. You're not being given any opportunity whatsoever to make it around to catch Gasly, who previously you're only 12 seconds behind before Latifi crashed. What's going on there? Essentially, you've got no chance of getting higher than where you are now because what's going on? The rules aren't being applied. That was quite a calm racing engineer. Let me just play that back. We'll play it again.
So this safety car is ending. The safety car is in this lap.
See? That's not right. That's not right. So Lando Norris is on his lap 56. Okay, remember he's a lap down, isn't he? He was lapped at that point. Hamilton was on his lap 57, right? This is Lando's lap 56. When he crosses the line, it'll be his 57, and then he's still got 58 to do. Okay?
Strap 5, please. Strap 5.
So, he's just about to go on to his lap 57. Under normal circumstances, this should be the unlapping lap. There is absolutely no overtaking permitted, as stated in the regulations, which is here, midway down, having overtaken the cars on the lead lap and the safety car. These cars should then proceed around the track at an appropriate speed without overtaking and make every effort to take up position at the back of the line of cars behind the safety car. So this is that lap. In the knowledge that actually it shouldn't be safety car in this lap, that safety car should still be lapping because it comes into the pits at the end of the following lap. But the end of the following lap is the end of lap 58, which means it's a safety car finish. So the fact that his race engineer has calmly said, oh, it's all right, safety car in this lap, well, that's not right. Is this now what you are now just about to embark on? Are you allowed to go racing, Lando? Or is this a situation where this is still your unlapping lap and you're only allowed to go racing when you cross the start-finish line on the next lap? Because none of that is in the rules. None of that is in the rules.
Overtake available. Alonso will have DRS.
So they're now going down the straight towards turn 6, that long straight you see down at the top of the screen on tracker view. His race engineer is saying overtake available, whether that's the electrical power for extra boost to make sure that gives him a bit of extra speed to try and defend against DRS. Alonso has DRS, or he thinks he might have DRS. Now, as far as I'm aware, the DRS system may not be activated on the first 2 laps after the race start, or restart, or a safety car deployment. So if that is that correct? I couldn't find it in the regulations, but this is how it's been said to us when we've watched it. Not that we can believe what Brundle and Crofty say, but my belief was that you cannot use DRS for the first 2 laps, either after a race has started or after it's been restarted. But so what's his race engineer saying? Let's go back to that.
Overtake available. Alonso will have DRS. They don't have DRS.
So the race engineer is saying that he thinks Alonso's got DRS on this lap, which should be the lap that there is no overtaking permitted, which should be the lap that the safety car is still leading Hamilton around. This is the lap that they're given with which to try and catch the back of the pack. And his engineer's going, you can use this tool to defend because Alonso might have DRS. Oh, he doesn't have DRS. He doesn't know what the fuck is going on. But he's still looking pretty calm on the radio. If it was me, I'd be going, I've no idea what the fuck's going on here. Because this isn't right. This is the lap that you are given to try and catch the back of the pack in order to have the chance of catching Gasly and challenging Gasly were this race possible to restart. But actually, you got released on lap 57. Lap 58 is a mandatory safety car lap. This is a safety car finish. Chill the fuck out, Lando. Nothing's happening. That's what I'd be saying if I was a race engineer at this race. Because I know the rules, as many of us did when we were watching the sport. We knew that it was going to be a safety car finish. When I saw that bullshit lap 58 unfold, I wasn't in any way excited or disturbed by it. I just was calmly saying, yeah, they will just have to go back on that because that is not in accordance with the rules. They will soon realise that they've got it badly wrong and they'll just have to reinstate that. I was calm because I knew that it was totally wrong and it could not stand. If you are a race engineer, a strategist in an F1 team, you know the rules of the sport. Let's be clear. You know the rules of the sport. This guy, he doesn't know what the fuck's going on. Why doesn't he know what the fuck's going on? And why is he not calling it out? He's staying calm. He's staying calm because of why. Why is he staying calm? Talks must have gone on and they were prepared for some freestyle shit. They were prepared for some freestyle shit. This is fucked up. So yes, these talks, supposedly, these certain agreements, how deep were they? The fact that basically, if something happens and we have to freestyle some shit at the end of the race, just go with it and we'll talk about it later. Just go with it and we'll talk about it later. And all the teams just nodded their head. That's what has happened. Okay, so now Norris is just about to begin his lap 58. Just about to do it now. Okay, now if we go to this tab, it's going to load it up. No, got there in the end. This is what it looks like on tracker view. This is Norris just starting his lap 58. But the other cars should still be behind the safety car, which means these cars here are still catching that safety car snake. They shouldn't be allowed to overtake anyway, because we're not in a position to go racing yet. Just shouldn't be happening. Anyway, I'm going to go back to listening to what Lando Norris was saying. So we'll go back to here. This is this is Lando Norris's lap 58, and we'll again listen to the audio and listen to what he said on the cool down lap as well. So this is him just about to go past the pit entrance. He's got that final turn to go around, and then he'll be finishing the lap 58. And again, this is where you'll listen to what the race engineer says. No communication on lap 58. Race over by then. No chance of him overtaking anybody. He was already a second ahead of Alonso going into that last lap. So therefore there was no real threat there. No DRS allowed. So it was just a case of cruising round. But listen to what's said. Listen to Lando Norris's reaction.
Okay, mate, that is the checkered flag.
Yeah.
Yep. That is the checkered flag. Yep.
Okay, mate, that is the checkered flag.
Yeah.
ACS button, please, and recharge off. So, Sainz kept third. Verstappen won.
Yeah, no.
And we had a slow puncture, mate. We had a slow puncture.
So, what was going on there? What was going on there? We've got this race resumption that's not in accordance with the rules. The race engineer clearly doesn't know what's going on. Confused by it, doesn't know whether DRS is possible, doesn't know what's going on there. And this lap that they're supposed to be going around to the lap that they're given with which to catch the back of the pack is telling him that the safety car's in this lap before that lap's even commenced. So they don't even know whether they're allowed to be racing on lap 57 or 58. But the lap of the leaders there, lap 58, is a safety car finish if the rules are followed anyway. Oh, and there's some confusion But the safety car appears to be coming in at the end of this lap. Right. But nobody seems to have an authentic reaction to confusion. An authentic reaction to something that's happening that shouldn't happen is when you say, what the fuck's going on here then? That's pretty authentic. If you watch a football match and something happens, a decision takes place that's not right, what do the crowd do? What do the managers do? They kind of shout out about it. Ref, what are you doing, man? Ref, that's a free kick. No, man, what have you given that for? These are standard human reactions. What did we get from a race engineer? And safety cars coming in this lap. What? What? You just accepted that? What discussions have been going on? Discussions which aren't legal. You can't discuss and have agreements to break the rules of the sport. You're selling this sport to a global audience. You can't break the rules of that sport. That's fraud. That is fraud. And that's what you're guilty of. And you're not the only team. Because we're going to go through the reactions of all of these teams and break it down and show you that these teams just shut up and took the money. Shh. We'll tell you later, but you'll get some money for this. Shh. Just keep it quiet.